Hey guys, it's your coach Dave here. It is that clock up there that I'm looking at. It's a little slow, but it is 8:18 p.m. I have a quick 10 minutes to come on and speak to you guys. Probably more like 5 minutes because we have our team call, which we have on Monday nights at 8:30. But I wanted to come on and talk to you guys about an experience I had today at the doctor's office. Many of you guys know that I've been battling a shoulder injury for a while now, so I've been going through physical therapy, and today was an interesting thing that I went through. So basically, a couple months ago, to give the backstory, a couple months ago, I tweaked my shoulder muscle doing Body Beast. Basically, I was holding a dumbbell, and I went to pop the dumbbell up in this shoulder just to pop it up to do incline press, and I felt like almost like a rubber band like flicked in the inside, and it hurt. And I finished the workout, and I started modifying my workouts going forward for a good like 2 months, and it wasn't getting any better. And I was icing it, I was taking Advil, and I decided, hey, I probably should go to the orthopedic surgeon, a sports doctor, and get checked out with what's going on. So thanks, Joel. Yeah, it hurt. So I went to an orthopedic surgeon, and through some tests, it looks like he did some x-rays. He was able to determine through some test of way he made me push, pushing in certain angles, turning my arm this way, thumb down, thumb up, and different things. Hey, sis, my sister's on. Thumb down, thumb up, and pushing, and he was able to determine right here on the top, my supraspinatus, where your muscle goes through right in the socket there, I had arthritis going on. He was able to see in the x-ray. I also had a slight little bit of a tear in the labrum. And basically it came down to you need to take, I was going on prednisone and a strong anti-inflammatory. So I did that for a month. Also physical therapy for 2 to 3 times a week. So I've been going to physical therapy about 2 to 3 times a week for a couple of weeks. Started feeling good again. And about 2 weeks ago, they decided, because I was saying, hey, I feel great, I feel stronger, and that's just normal in my nature, and I guess it's a little bit of stubbornness that I wanted to push the envelope. I did some harder exercises, and lo and behold, I had a setback, and I retweaked my shoulder. Didn't feel it as much. The exercises maybe slightly started to hurt because I knew I was pushing myself, but I kind of was having to push through the pain mindset. But then I woke up, and for a good week, and then through last week, I had pain. And I went to physical therapy, and I told them, and they said, all right, you had a setback, it happens, because I was pretty bummed out about it, because I was looking forward. My plan was next week to do a round of P90X, because I haven't done that in probably 3 or 4 years. Go to old school P90X, the program that changed my life in 2010. I was going to do it, but there's a lot of push-ups, pull-ups, bench press, and a lot of things going on. So I went back to the doctor today, and I want to get checked out, and I was actually going to ask for an MRI, and his answer basically was, if we did an MRI when you first got here, it would have been no good because you re-injured yourself and had a setback, and we would have had to do it again, and the only reason to do an MRI is if you're going to have surgery, and basically right now, I know exactly, he pretty much knows exactly what's going on. So he basically said the next step is, he recommended, is a cortisone shot. Didn't know what it was. I've heard of it. I've heard that people that swear by it. And the way he explained it to me, for those of you that don't know, and some of you may do know, it's basically, instead of taking the anti-inflammatory medication that goes through your whole body, including the area of injury, which would be my shoulder, they inject the powder form of a very strong anti-inflammatory right into the injured area. And I looked over, and like the needle was like this big. And I'm like, oh wow, this is gonna hurt. And he basically made me sit on the end of the table with my arm dangling down to the side. He said, this is one time I'm gonna ask you to have bad posture. And he had me slouch over, and he marked the back of like my shoulder, like in between where your shoulder blades, I can't even do it, back in there. Marked it with a pen, then took this stuff and sprayed it. That was super cold. He said you can feel it dripping down your tricep, which I did, and it dripped down to numb it. And then he stuck the needle in And probably, I don't know how long it was, a good 15 seconds or more, and he injected the cortisone shot into my shoulder. So he said that the next 5 or 6 days may be more painful, but the anti-inflammatory, the cortisone, is going to slowly release the medicine over the next 2 weeks. This is going to help the inflammation go down, and ultimately it's supposed to help it to heal. He goes, but you don't want to have a false sense of positivity, because when the inflammation goes down, you're going to feel a lot better, and you're going to think that you're better, and ultimately it's not like you healed, but it's going to help the healing process. So I was asking him, like, what's the story here? Like, what's going on? He goes, basically, you were feeling better and your injury was feeling better, but soft tissue damage, which you have, you cannot start healing for minimum 6 weeks to 3 months. So he said, if you really want to get better, you need to shut that arm down, for that minimum time frame. So the way I took it is, if I'm not shutting this arm down for at least probably 2 months at least, that I'm going to be dealing with this forever. And he says it comes down to a quality of life issue. Like, if your quality of life is that you could deal with the pain of what you're dealing with, then you would leave it. When it comes to a small labrum tear, it's something that most often surgeons don't want to do surgery on, where a rotator cuff tear, they're quicker to do surgery on. So since it's a small labral tear and arthritis, and it's in like my ball socket joint, and he was pushing down on the top right, like in the ground zero, which was like painful, he said, if you just shut it down, you're going to recover. And I'm like, the hardest part for me is I do a lot of endurance strength. I do pull-ups, I do push-ups, I lift weights. It's part of my life. I work out 6 days a week. He goes, listen, switch it up. Start running, do running, work your core a lot, do exercises that aren't going to affect your shoulder. So I decided to say, okay, and I'll be honest, part of me why I like to train hard is because I do enjoy my life sometimes, and I like to eat. So when I push myself and I eat maybe a little too much, I just train harder. That's the way I've been. So now I realize I need to dial in my nutrition, number one, and number two is what the heck I'm going to do. What am I going to do now? So I sent a text message today to my boy Mark Briggs. Those of you that know Mark, he's somebody I look up to. Has been in a bunch of the Tony Horton workout programs with 22-minute hardcore and X2 and P90X Plus, and somebody who I really look up to when it comes to fitness. And I sent him a text and said, hey, can I get on a call with you? And I still need to speak to him about coming up with a plan, because I'm so used to, guys, I'll be honest, since I started, and I'm just looking at my clock, I have like 4 minutes to the call. Since I started doing Beachbody workouts in 2010, I look at the calendar, I see what workout I need to do, and I do it. But now I need to be creative, and I can't do plyometrics and burn my legs out every day, so I need to find a way. As I always say, is that if my arm's hurt, I have a core, I have another arm, I have my legs, and I have my heart for cardio. So I'm going to find a way to adapt. I'm probably really going to focus on core work, ab work, focus on a lot of leg work, a lot of agility work, box training, maybe do a lot of insanity workouts. I know a lot of the P90X one-on-one workouts. Tony Horton did a lot of one-on-one workouts in his gym. Probably going to do those, but the challenge I'm having, to be honest, is I need to figure out a schedule. So tomorrow I'll just do a straight-up cardio day. I'm going to do something, and then I'm going to do ab work. I'm going to do yoga, because I feel like a lot of, now that I'm getting older, and I'm not old, but as I'm aging, your muscles need to recover. You need to have flexibility and strength, and that is important with yoga. So my message to you guys is, yes, I got the cortisone shot. I need to recover. I need to get better, but I have to listen to your body. You only get one body. Take care of it, and it will take care of you. And right now, I had a little bit of a setback, and I have to let it rest. But the key is this, and this is what I want to tell you guys, is because you're hurt or you're injured doesn't mean you need to stop. So I'm here to tell you guys, I'm going out here, I'm putting it out there. I am still going to exercise 6 days a week. I don't know what it's going to be, what schedule I'm going to get. I'll share it with you guys once I figure it out, but I can tell you it's going to be a lot of leg work, a lot of agility training, and running. I used to be a very avid runner, ran New York City Marathon twice years ago, ran a lot of races. I live in a beautiful area. The weather's still beautiful. I'll probably incorporate running a couple days a week, but I'm not going to stop, because up here mentally, like I said yesterday about things that bring happiness, well, the endorphins that go off in your brain from exercise help deal with stress, anxiety, have more energy, clarity, feel confident in your life, and so many things. So I will not stop. I just need to adapt and overcome. So with that, it's 8:28, and my call with the team starts in 2 minutes, so I have to run. I'd be curious, have any of you guys got a cortisone shot? How did it work? How did it work out after? Did it help you? Did it not help you? And then if anybody has been through it, I'm just curious to hear your feedback on it. So that's where I'm at right now, just sharing my journey, but I'm going to adapt and overcome and make it happen. So guys, have a great Monday night. I wish I could share a little bit more, but I have to go, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.